don't feel bad, Bill. I used to get those embarrassing spots on the front of my pants, too.
You did?
Sure, but then I got the Shield.
The Shield? What is it?
The Shield is the leakage absorption pad for men that takes the anxiety out of post-urination drip. No more shaking, no milking, no painful twisting.
Sounds great, but how does it work?
Here, let me show you.
Oh.
It's that easy.
Thanks.
Okay, we've got one contestant ready to go.
Okay, folks, we're getting close. 10 seconds.
Happy trials. Pick check, please.
6, 5.
Let's go to black.
3.
In order for some rides to work, you must consciously think that you are riding them.
Hey there, I'm your host, Cookie, and I know what you're thinking, because I have psychic powers. Playing alone, are we? Don't worry, I'm here. And our wrong answer of the game is sponsored by
Reformed Robots Housecleaning Company. They've been reprogrammed to do no harm and to do your windows.
Okay, let's begin. First on the docket, a brief history of time. Suppose Stephen Hawking opens up an upscale grocery competitor to Whole Foods named Black Hole Foods. Which statement would be true about his new store? Dairy products would freeze instantaneously, carts couldn't escape the mass of the parking lot, the salad bar would absorb all surrounding radiation, or each store can only be built next to a previous store. Time's a-wasting.
No, just the opposite. The heat in a black hole is very intense. You could roast an entire honey-glazed organic chicken in seconds. Ha ha, he ha. No, it just seems like Whole Foods are everywhere. Ha ha, he ho ha. Actually, black holes emit radiation. Do you think radishes are supposed to be that large? Ha 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 he.
I so wanted you to pick this one.
A black hole is a collapsed star that is so massive nothing can escape it. Not light or shopping carts.
That's right, Steven. Everything around a black hole just disappears. Just like your paycheck when you shop at Whole Foods.
Ha ha he ha.
Thank you, Steven. Coming up next, question number 5. A lot of people consider Lou Bega to be a one-hit wonder with his song Mambo No. 5, but I have to disagree. It's only been a little over a decade since the song came out, people. There's still plenty of time for him to have another hit that sounds vaguely like his first. So, if Lou Bega wrote a song about all the dancing girls he met in Brazil, what would it be called? Cha-Cha No. 5, Salsa No. 5, Samba No. 5, or Rumba No. 5? A little bit of failure in your life, a little bit of money in my pocket. You shouldn't have put your chip in this dip. Here's what you meant to pick. The samba was developed in Brazil in the 19th century. So the next time you go to Lowe's, be nice to the cashier, because he may just have another hit on the way. No, this would be the robot vacuum dance, and this robot isn't going to help you. But you know what robot will? A reformed evil robot, just like the one you won from the Reformed Robots Housecleaning Company. The only mind they'll be blowing is your figurative one due to their exemplary service. Today's wrong answer of the game earns you $4,000. Enjoy. Next up, I go nuts for A&E TV. Which animated animal would not appear on an episode of Hoarders? Secret Squirrel, Woody Woodpecker, Nemo, or Alvin, Simon, and Theodore? If you had your own TV show, it would be called Stupid Human, and it would probably fail, in part because that title would be awful.
Chipmunks are hoarders, so you got this question totally wrong!
One right answer coming up. A clownfish does not hoard its food, but instead eats the leftovers of the anemone it lives with. Another misconception about clownfish, they're not particularly funny, not even for a fish. May I introduce the Ministry of Silly Books, and it's a this or that. I'm gonna read off 7 names. For each one, tell me if it's a Pulitzer Prize winner for fiction since 1980, or a Monty Python comedy sketch. If it won a Pulitzer, press the square button. If it's performed by Python, press your circle button. Each one right gets you 300 kinds of cheese. Each one wrong gets you 300 dead parrots. And don't forget the clock. Okay, we're off. Breathing lessons. How not to be seen. A good scent from a strange mountain. The cheese shop. Tinkers. Hitler in England. Argument clinic. Oh, I get it. Well read. Likes Monty Python. You're probably part British or something. Well, la-di-da. This reminds me of my favorite Python sketch, Confuse a Cat. Except you got confused a little, not a cat. And also there were trivia questions. Maybe you should consider reading a few more books, like, say, any. Your score isn't dead, it's just stunned. Then there's the famous Monty Python sketch, The Fish Slapping Dance, which is based, of course, on the classic novel Moby Dick.
Where's the fire, girl? Rock my world, girl. Ooh, yeah.
Here's one I like to call, Warning, High Fructose Corn Syrup. Say the U.S. Department of Homeland Security takes a Mountain Dew Code Red taste test. If they respond as if the Homeland Security advisory system is at threat level red, what will they say? So good it's dangerous. It quenches a severe thirst. The taste is extreme. Or, the energy boost gets you elevated. This should leave a bad taste in your mouth. Wow, your score looks so little from up here. You got this one wrong, to the max. Want to see the right answer? The color red in the Homeland Security Advisory System means the nation is facing a severe threat. Just remember, kids, if your urine looks like Mountain Dew, you're fine. If your urine looks like Mountain Dew, code red, see a doctor immediately. That'll bring an end to our first round, where you pretty much crapped your pants. Don't forget, in round 2, all the cash is doubled. Then get out there and make me proud. Here's one for you. Tabloid math. If a back issue of Us Weekly featured the headline, John plus Kate plus 8 minus John, what would the exclamation point represent? Pi, logarithm, factorial, or imaginary number? Good one, Poindexter. No, you're an imaginary number. Your stupidity is an infinite non-repeating decimal. The correct answer is, an exclamation point is the symbol used for the mathematical term factorial, which equals John multiplied by John minus 1 multiplied by John minus 2, etc., until you get to 0. So if John equals 4, John factorial would be 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, which equals another number. You figure it out. I hated that show. It made me want to square root John and Kate right in their asymptotes.
Question 7.
And now, I can't find my fingers, but Nathan Fillion is a giant. Well, it happened again. I ate a 2-pound Chipotle burrito and watched a movie right before I went to sleep, which of course caused me to have a crazy dream. I dreamt that I became this slave and had to fight against a series of opponents in front of hundreds of people. I fought several men and even had to fight larger versions of my cats, Mayonnaise and Poopsie. It broke my heart, but I had to slay them. And afterwards, I was all mad and was like, is everybody enjoying this? Finally, my last opponent was the person who enslaved me to begin with. And guess what? It was my mom. Once I defeated her, the dream ended with me dreaming about my former life. It was so weird. What movie was I watching? 300, Spartacus, Alexander, or Gladiator? Tonight we dine in heck! This answer is almost as wrong as Oliver Stone's adaptation. You are not Spartacus. It's so obvious. Yep. I was watching Gladiator. And this leftover burrito isn't half bad. I'm so glad I didn't really kill you, Poopsie. Come here, give Poppy a kiss. Oh! I love you too, you pea!
Plucking chickens picking out a mate. Guess I'll marry 8.
Take a stab at... I miss microfiche. If you were doing research online, which of the following would you be unable to find? Wikipedia's entry on Wikipedia, Encyclopedia Britannica's entry on Encyclopedia Britannica, Merriam-Webster's entry on Merriam-Webster, or Urban Dictionary's entry on Urban Dictionary. Time is short. Wikipedia has a page for every episode of Frasier. Of course it has a page for itself. Yeah, they do, but they don't have an entry for Cookie Masterson. Apparently bias is everywhere. Yeah, Urban Dictionary has an entry on Urban Dictionary. Plus a ton of new insulting slang terms I can use on you. Poo nozzle. Smart people choose this. Wikipedia has an entry on Wikipedia, Britannica has an entry on Britannica, and Urban Dictionary has several entries on Urban Dictionary. But the Merriam-Webster Dictionary isn't that self-referential. Yeah, and gullible isn't in the dictionary either. Haha! That's a good one.
Scrolling through the park with the sarsaparilla. For me, I'm not mine.
This one's known as Strike Lee. Suppose Malcolm X were still alive and he decided to go bowling. It could happen. If Malcolm X were to bowl a turkey, what would be displayed on his lane's computer screen? Malcolm X XX, Malcolm X //, Malcolm X XX / or Malcolm X XXX. Your brain needs the bumper lane. You're working on 2 strikes here. One more and you would have had the right answer. Spare me 3 times over. Ready for this? A turkey is when a player bowls 3 consecutive strikes, and X means strike. And if you think those rental bowling shoes are sanitary, you've been hoodwinked, you've been had, you've been took, you've been led astray, run amok, you've been bamboozled, and your feet are infected.
Hold me, never let me go. And my dream questions.
Bucker up for My Feet Are Smelling. Hey, you know those groundbreakingly clever Dr. Scholl's commercials where everyone's gelling with words that rhyme with gellin', like Magellan? Ha! Woohoo! Those are some classic clever commercials. I tell ya, I could listen to words that rhyme with gellin' all day. If you were gelling near the Strait of Magellan, what might you be yelling? Check my Central American seaside dwellin'. Try these Australian beach drinks I'm selling. My African coastal sunburn stopped swelling. Or, I'm doing some South American shore seashellin'. Watch the clock. You've obviously got nothing in your melon. Unlike Magellan, you clearly have no idea where you're going. Your oceanfront dwelling just got hurricaned. Oh, honestly. At the bottom tip of South America, the Strait of Magellan runs through Chile. It's where Magellan went, say, yelling. His trip ended tragically when his feet, unprotected by Dr. Scholl's gel inserts, became inflamed and fell off. True story. Brace yourself for the attack. When you see two clues that match, press the X button. $4,000 for a right answer, but if you're wrong, you lose $4,000. And one more thing.
Remember the clue.
It's gotta be a match that fits this clue. Facial hair makes the man. Let's do this in style. Good luck. There you have it! Congrats! I'm gonna tell you something. You are the Tom Selleck of facial hair knowledge. I mean that. Yeah, that was pretty damn good. I must admit, you did better on this episode than most people, which sounds pretty impressive until you remember that most people are morons. See you later. B-. Look, how can I put this in terms you can understand? Even if you barely fail a breathalyzer test, you are still considered intoxicated. Well, you were able to shape your score a bit, but it still looks, well, you know, whatever works for you. If you feel comfortable in that score, that's all that matters. Oh, excuse me, I'm allergic to failure. Scores like the one you just achieved make babies in orphanages cry.
You don't know Jack!
That'll do it, folks. What's going on, Donnie?
Just give me the single if you want to proceed with continuation.
I'm so embarrassed, Barbara. I just don't know why this is happening to me.
Maybe it's